Danny, and I am back with another video. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment down below. And also follow your girl on Instagram at itsdanny_. On this video, I will be doing a tutorial on how to create a cute, simple mask like this one, but I am going to be using fabric. The way that I'm doing it, I'm just showing you the basics on how to create the mask. I'm not going to be using any filters or any Pelin 360 or any of that type of thing. I'm just going to double my fabric. I'm going to use 4 pieces of the fabric. If I do, get inquiries with people wanting the filter, then, I will go back and add filters. But right now, I am just doing a simple tutorial on how to create the basic of the mask. And you can go in and you can add the filter. So I'm going to be creating 3, but I'm going to be showing you how to create it using 1. I ran into someone at Walmart when I was purchasing the fabric, and they was telling me how I can use the vacuum filter. So, she was showing me a video, an article and all that, how a doctor, he said that you can use it, but it's not proven. Like, they didn't test it to see, like, so when she told me that, I'm like, well, then I might as well just use the 4 layers, say myself, it was $7, you get 3 filters, and you can make 4 masks out of one of the filters. So I was like, I'm gonna just save my $7, and I'm just going to make a video with just creating it the simple way, the basics, just to understand the basics, and people can go off and do it the way that they want to do it, the way that works best for them. Okay, now let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with an old medical mask that I already had. I'm going to use this mask as a pattern by folding it in half. Then taking a pen and putting the pen towards the end part of it so that it will stay down. Then when you are done with putting the pen in it, it's going to look like this. Then all you're going to do is just pull the middle part out so that it can expand all the way out. And then you just fix it, make sure it's even and straight. And it will look like that. Boom, that. Next, you are going to take your fabric and flip it inside out. You want to make sure it is straight. So we're going to fold it in half one time. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold it in half one more time. So when all, we should have folded in half 2 times, and then you just want to make sure your fabric is laid flat and all straight. Then we're going to take our mask pattern that we created, and then we're going to put it about 1 inch away from the fold and about 1 inch away from the bottom. And then you're just going to go ahead and take you a pen, and then you're going to go ahead and pin the mask down to the fabric, just so that we don't have to worry about it moving while we are trying to trace and cut. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab, you could use a ruler or a measuring tape, and you're going to come about 1/4 inch away from the mask. You're going to take your pen, or it would be best to use a marker, so that if you're using patterns, use a marker so that you will be able to see your marks. And then you just trace around the whole mask, coming off about 1/4 inch. You want to leave 1/4 inch space for seam allowance. And then you're just going to do that all the way around. See, that's why I say to use a marker, because I couldn't barely see my pen marks. So I just went back around and put a marker on my marks, just so that when I show you guys, you will be able to see the marks that I have made. But once you become a pro, you could just cut it out without even making marks. So now Your mask should look like this. As you can see, the lines that I made going around the mask. You're going to go ahead and grab your scissors and begin to cut right on those lines. Once you're finished cutting, it should look like this. You can either sew this with your sewing machine or you can hand sew this. So you're going to go ahead and pull those 2 pieces of fabric apart from each other. So it's 4 pieces in all. You're going to pull those 2 pieces away. And then right on the curve, you're going to go ahead and sew it right down there. Straight stitch, please. Next, you are going to take the fabrics and now you're going to put them right sides together. You want to make sure the seams are matched up with one another. Once they are matched up, you can go ahead and take your pins and you can pin it down right side together, pin it on the seam. And then you're just going to start pinning around it. Then where you are pinning, you are going to sew it straight stitch, going down your pins. And what you do for this side, definitely have to do it for the next side. That side, so when you pin it down, you're going to straight stitch that side going down. So when you are finished sewing it, you're going to go ahead and flip it inside out and it would look like this. That is the one step that I forgot to record for you guys. I apologize. Please bear with me. You're going to use a 1/4 inch elastic and you're going to cut off about 8 inches. I cut mine down the middle due to I couldn't find elastic in the stores, but it will be okay. And we're almost finished with the project. Hey, with the project. So we are on the final step. What we're going to do is take the end of the mask and we're going to flip them in about 1/4. Then as you can see what I'm doing, I'm taking the elastic and I'm putting it in at the end. Then I'm pinning it down. Then I'm going to take the other piece of elastic and I'm going to put it at the end. And what I do to this side, be sure to do it to the other side. So once you pin the other side, this is how it should look. When you are finished, you're going to take your straight stitch and you're going to sew down this way. Then you're going to turn to the other side and you're going to sew that down. So I am finished with the project. This is the finishing piece. So I did go back and switch the color elastic from the black one to the white one. The black one started unraveling, so I just went ahead and switched it out with the white elastic. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on my mouth. You'll see.